Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I will be talking about how you can start building an online community. Firstly, I want you to identify whether an online community is something you actually need. So please make sure to watch my first video if you haven't already, which will really help you identify whether an online community is something that will actually benefit you. And I will put the link for that video in the description. So let's get started. What is a community-based platform? It's a platform which you can grow communities on. Now, before I tell you which platform is the best in my opinion, let's talk about what such platforms need to have in order to make them perfect to build a community on. The first thing a community-based platform needs to have is sustainability. We don't want to spend so much time building a community and then in one day a change on the platform or the algorithm has an effect on our community, right? We want a platform that is very sustainable and has all the features we need in order to run a community on. The last thing it needs to have is it has to be accessible to our target audience, right? So three things: sustainability. It needs to have all the features we need in order to run a community, and it also needs to be accessible to our target audience. So with that being said, let me introduce you to what I think is the best online community building platform today: Facebook groups. Facebook groups are currently the best way to build an online community. Why? Because they have everything you need. First point: Facebook has been around for a very long time and doesn't show any signs of slowing down or having any major changes. Also, Facebook groups don't tend to go through so much like algorithm changes. Therefore, it is safe to say that this is a platform that will stay consistent and will be around for a very long time. The second point, Facebook groups are the definition of a community platform. They allow people with the same interests to be together in the same place. They allow people to also post and engage on each other's posts and also share opinions. And this is what a community is, right? This is the definition of a community. Now, Facebook groups also have admins, which allow the community leader to manage the group and also provide tons of value while using all the tools available on the Facebook groups and on Facebook in general. And let's move on to the third point. Everyone is on Facebook, right? Facebook is one of the most accessible, if not the most accessible platform in the world. Everyone is on it, and definitely a huge percentage of your target audience will also be on it. Now, these are the biggest points that make Facebook groups the best online community platform today. And but there's another point I want to make. Groups can also be built on other platforms such as LinkedIn, for example. However, on platforms such as LinkedIn, you need to make sure that your audience has access to it and is on the platform on a very regular basis, right? And they're also engaging on it, because you don't want to be building you don't want to be building a community on a platform and then having a very hard time building the engagement on that community because your audience is not very active on it, right? So you need to figure out which your target audience is. That's the first thing you need to do, and then you need to find out where they spend most of their time on, right? If they spend a lot of their time on Facebook, then a Facebook group is a great idea. And this is going to be the case with so many different audiences, because Facebook is like everyone is on Facebook, right? I think 1.8 billion people are active on Facebook every single month, right? So it's safe to say that a very large percentage of your target audience will be on Facebook. But if you know that for your target audience, they tend to spend a lot of their time on a specific website that also allows you to create a group, that might be a good choice for you to build an online community on, right? But with most niches and most target audiences, Facebook groups are definitely going to be your number one choice. So Now, Facebook groups are definitely an extremely important part of our community building, and I will be talking about them a lot more in the future. But now I want to move on and talk about two other types of platforms which are a little different but are extremely powerful and play a very important role when trying to build a long-lasting, powerful community. The first one is email lists. A community is a place where your biggest fans live, and this is also the case with your email list, right? Email has been one of the most powerful online communication methods for many years, and it will continue to be, right? So what does this mean? You like an email list is a must, right? You need to have an email list. So now, people in your email list cannot interact with each other, obviously, like they can on a Facebook group. However, email is the king of reach and sustainability. Once you have an email address of someone, you can reach them and very easily for a very, very long time, right? Now, what does this mean? How can it benefit us? Let's say something happens to our Facebook group and it gets shut down, or something happens to our Instagram page, we get banned, or there's an algorithm change. We instantly lose our whole audience and community members, right? However, if we have a large email list of people, we can still build our community back again and regain all those fans and community members, right? Emails are very safe and will allow you to get in touch with your community and biggest fans very easily. So they're, yeah, with no doubt, they're definitely a must-have. Email list is a must-have, and it's definitely going to be one of your most valuable assets. Now, once again, I will be making a whole video series about email and how to build a large email list. And I will also focus on audience distribution, which is actually one of the main reasons I started Online Community Builders. So many people are currently putting all their eggs in one basket, and they're growing Instagram pages and YouTube channels without moving their audience out of those platforms and building sustainable communities. This is a massive issue, and I know so many of you are doing this. You have huge followings on Instagram or a very good YouTube channel, right? But you're not moving your audience out of there. You're not putting your audience, you're not collecting emails, you're not building communities, sustainable communities. And then what happens is, so many people complain about this. All these platforms, you cannot control them, right? And these are actually the audience building platforms, and our next video will be about these platforms. You cannot control these platforms. So what happens is, people build their pages, and then Instagram has so many algorithm changes, right, that affect the reach, they affect the engagement on your account, and so many people are complaining, and they're losing, they can't reach their audience anymore, right? And they're complaining, but the truth is that you cannot control these platforms. You don't own them. Therefore, what you need to do is move that audience. You need to be moving. You need to be collecting emails, sending those people to your sustainable communities and Facebook groups, so you can continue to reach those people, right? And don't get affected by algorithm changes and other changes on the platform, right? So this is a massive topic that I will be talking about a lot in the future videos, and stay tuned for that. Now, finally, I would like to briefly mention a fairly new platform that is very similar to email. However, it currently has a much higher reach and conversion rate. And this, of course, is Messenger bots. Messenger bots are currently a huge trend for marketers. So many marketers are using them successfully right now. And they allow you to create bots, which are often integrated with platforms such as Facebook Messenger, and offer the subscriber a very unique and custom experience, almost basically like talking to a robot. And Messenger bots allow you to build a list of subscribers very similar to email lists, and which can be then reached very easily. So messenger bot platforms are once again a very sustainable they're once again very sustainable because they're built on platforms such as Facebook. And yeah, we'll be talking a lot more about bots on upcoming videos. So there you have it, a breakdown of the best platforms that you can utilize in order to build powerful online communities. Each one of them is king at one thing, but the secret is that you need to put them all together in use at the same time in order to build something extremely powerful and sustainable. And in the next video, as I mentioned before, I will be briefly talking about audience building platforms, which are basically the platforms that we are going to be building audiences on, and then encouraging those people to join our community-based platforms, right? Our sustainable communities, so we don't get affected by algorithm changes or changes on the platform, right? So yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you got value out of it. And if you did, please subscribe and like this video so more people can see it. And yeah, with that being said, I hope you have a great day and I will see you soon.